Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us. I am here to talk to you about the polymath philosophy. And what that means is the slogan, less is more, and sort of the parts that I've built into the Polymath Planner. So I'm just going to go over them really quickly, and hopefully you grab some insight as to why this whole thing even exists. So let's get right into it. Less is more. That means having less. That means doing less. That means eating less. That means drinking less. That means exercising less. But it means doing it well and doing it effectively. Less is more. Doing less work to get more out of it. So, in layman's terms, or colloquially, this is known as the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the results is yielded in 20% of the time. And that is effectively what Polymath is kind of about. We want to arm you with the effective tools to pinpoint exactly what needs to be done so that you can finish it, reap the 80%, and then spend the rest of the time fine-tuning the last 20. And I realized this phenomenon kind of probably in high school, where a lot of the stuff I was studying, or a lot of the work that was being done, would all accomplish itself in a quick amount of time. But I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what that 20% that needed to be done to actually get those results is part of the Polymath philosophy. The other part of it is other things that are implemented in the planner, like the gratitude and reflection section. I think that gratitude is incredibly important to show because you can't both be angry and grateful at the same time. And I think that's really powerful because at the end of the day, when everyone that has the Polymath Planner writes in their gratitude, they have to go to sleep thinking happy thoughts effectively. So you effectively can't go to sleep angry because you are grateful for something. You are grateful for something and you think about it and you sleep, and it feels like things are in your control. Whether or not they are is immaterial, but it builds that mental map of I'm in control of what I can do and I'm going to get it done. I think reflection is also super important, and that really builds in the self-awareness aspect of Polymath. Self-awareness is the number one thing that if you learn anything from Polymath, is that self-awareness will unlock all the locks, right? So if you're able to look at yourself in the mirror, or in some way reflect on how your day went, but I guess a little bit more complex, add a little bit more complexity to that is how you are showing up with others in the world, right? So whether that's at work, in your relationships, or simply with the way you are practicing your craft, right? So that is that's the meat of Polymath, right? That is self-awareness. It's being able to take a look at yourself and understand how others are, or understand how you are showing up for others, right? So that is something that, I mean, that is the most valuable thing that I have learned throughout this process. I mean, since high school and college, there was a lot of I guess adversity to it, where I wasn't the most self-aware person, and I was constantly in this thought of constantly had the thought of like, why is this happening to me? And I switched that around and I said, why is this happening for me? What is going on? What am I bringing into this situation that this is happening to me, you know? And a lot of our triggers are things that effectively show where we are either insecure or need help, or have needs that aren't currently met. So I think self-awareness is just paramount throughout this process. The other thing is, if you notice in the Polymath Daily section, there are only 3 goals there, and then a small to-do list section. The reason for this is that we want to just focus on getting 3 things done. Get the 3 most important things done to move the needle forward so that we can keep pushing to the next level and keep building our proficiency in our craft. The last section that I think really just speaks volumes to the whole polymath philosophy is time management. The time log is one of my favorite tools because it allows you to go hour by hour and even breaks it down into 30-minute segments to figure out exactly what you're going to get done then, so that no time is wasted. And let me preface that with rest and relaxation time is not wasted time. So don't feel bad about taking a nap. Do not feel bad about going for a walk or exercising or any of these things. Do not think of the Polymath Planner's time log as a way to just regiment your schedule and become this robot, right? It's not about that. It's about utilizing your time effectively. I want to preface that with saying that the time log is not a tool to regiment your life, right? It's not about keeping yourself in a box. Instead, it's really about your ability to understand where your time is going, because we want to make sure that each hour is well spent towards some sort of recreation or skill building or relaxation or rest, right? So what I define as productive time is any time that helps you become better or helps you recuperate from the day. What is wasted time is specifically things that detract from that statement, right? So like, is this making me better, or is this truly what I want, or does this actually feed my purpose? Does this actually fuel myself to go out and get after it? That is wasted time. So on that, I want to thank you for watching the video. If you have any questions or concerns, please shoot me an email or send me a DM on Instagram. I am all ears and always willing to hear from you guys. Thanks.